Hello, I'm Mike from Thundermaps. Real-time open data alerts to your pocket is what I'm going to talk about. It's not the catchiest project title name, but I think what we're doing is quite catchy, so hopefully it comes out a little better. Now, what we're essentially trying to do is to connect people or citizens with the City of Stockholm and the areas of Stockholm where they live and work. Now, this connection is about enabling residents to be aware of and to be a part of the things that are happening around them. Now, in the vision for Stockholm, it talks about en tillgänglig, trygg och säker stad för alla. And it mentions ett Stockholm som håller samman. Now, we can help with all of these points, but I want to focus on this phrase just for a moment, because if you ask what is a city, what is Stockholm, it's an incredibly diverse bunch of people, come from many countries and speak many hundreds of languages. And what we can do is help them come together around their community and understand what is happening around them. So using location-based, real-time communication, we help them get closer to their community. Now, this data we communicate comes from a variety of both public and private sources. But our vision is this: if it's something which affects your safety, if it's something which affects the value of your property, or if it affects your local or impacts your local community, then we'll get that information to our users. Now, we do this through our apps, which are essentially an interface where you can subscribe to and receive the data and engage and interact with that information. Now, one example of this may well be crisis information, krisinformation på svenska, where it could be a notification about extreme weather coming from SMOE, or it could be information from Stockholm Stad about drinking water, for example. Regardless of the incident, we can get that information to our users in real time if it affects the location that matters to them. So that's important stuff. But of course, it's not just the really important crisis stuff which we handle. There are many smaller pieces of information which make up the fabric of our communities. For example, new houses coming up for sale. It could be crime incidents in the area, new events that are happening. It could be a loved cat or dog which has gone missing. There are many possibilities with what we're doing. So we're currently closing our Horizon 2020 innovation project. We've managed to develop the solution under that time, and we've piloted this in a couple of communes here in Sweden. And the next step for us is to do a full implementation here in Stockholm. And just in closing, I want to say thank you very much, and that we really look forward to playing our part, even if it is a small part, in creating at Stockholm som håller samman. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
You're using a lot of open data from different kinds of state agencies, but what is the most interesting open data from the City of Stockholm, which you think that people would be interested in, or that you think that you would use?
So one example could be the restaurant or food safety inspections around where you, like the local restaurants and such that you use, and obviously the air and water quality are also measurements which are really interesting too, just as things off the top of my head.
Thank you. Do you think it will be easy to implement this solution and spread it to users?
Certainly not. That's obviously one of the biggest challenges. And so what we're looking at doing is, we've actually previously gone really direct as using the commune as a client, and they've sort of owned the app. This time we're doing that slightly differently. And we want to be able to allow partners to come in who may have the interest, so for example, media, local media, who have an interest in communicating with citizens on a location-based manner, and also have an interest in being able to promote their own content and drive something back. And they have a reach which we currently don't have. So we're looking to partners who have that reach and also have an interest in reaching that audience.
Your biggest challenge, you think?
One of, yeah. We're obviously looking at increasing the open data sets that we have and getting more real-time quality data.
One of the problem today with your cell phone is that it gives you too much information. I mean, it's all these. For me, if it's from the Guardian, they say it's terrorist Trump or said something or so. So the thing that you want to do is to get less information in your phone. And here you say, well, this will give you more. And how will it be possible for me as a citizen to say, I want this information, I don't want that, and and well, how can you protect yourself from an overflow of information?
So it's an important point. And so what we do firstly as a user is set the fixed alert area around, say, where you live, which is something where it's important to you. And it's not very broad, it's quite tight to around where you live, the things that might impact you. You can choose the channels only which you want to listen to. So you don't have to listen to everything. You can just choose, if I'm only interested in crime that happens, maybe a new detaljeplan which is coming out, all these sorts of things, you can be aware and alerted of the things that you're interested in only. And thirdly, what we're doing is we're actually bringing together many different data sources and making them available through one interface. So rather than having one app for the police, one app for the SMOE, one app for the city, everything, we can actually aggregate all of this data into one usable interface.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Sure.
In all fairness. Very nice, thank you.